All right, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Talking Crazy podcast. This is episode 3. We'll be going over the craziest news and headlines from this past week in sports, along with a few things that are coming up that we have in line for next week. I'm Tevin Connors, your co-host. You can find me at Tevin Connors on Instagram.
And I'm Trey Bucci. You can find me on Instagram at Bucci Obama. And we're also on Instagram, Talking Crazy Podcast, Twitter, Talking Crazy Pod, C1, and also Facebook, Talking Crazy Podcast. Make sure you guys head over to Patreon, show some support, chance to be a club member, benefits, plus more.
Yeah, for sure.
But starting off, Monday Night Football, Patriots, Jets, blowout game. You had your boy Sam Darnold out there seeing ghosts.
Seeing ghosts. It's hard to win when your quarterback is seeing ghosts. That's not it's not a very promising statement from the starting guy back there. But I mean, he probably was seeing ghosts. This dude's QBR was a 0.7. His quarterback rating was a 0.7 in a full game of football. That's not
so we have so we know the Jets lost. Yeah. We have Sam Darnold at 0.7%. And we also have a statement where he said he's seeing ghosts. I think we can kind of just...
That's crazy.
I think we can kind of just leave it at that with that one.
Yeah.
But on the Patriots side, big news. Sanu traded, gives Tom Brady another weapon. It's not I guess, a big name. They don't have, I guess, big names, but he's one of the best, if not the best, second receiver. Yeah, at least in my eyes.
The average football fan would kind of see this as like a mediocre pickup, but I think that he can help Brady out a lot. He doesn't drop balls. He runs the whole route tree. He'll do the little things. He can catch while fully covered, which is big. Those back shoulders. He's a big receiver, 6'2", 210, 215. So he'll make a difference in that receiving core for sure. It's a banged up receiving core. We've seen their number 1 is Edelman, and then their number 2 is a running back, James White. So they need a little bit of help there. And it's crazy because Belichick's just being Belichick. They're 7-0, but this dude's still acting like they gotta make moves in order to win it, you know? So it's cool to see. He's just like outsmarting everybody in most of the moves that he makes, like normal. But
speaking of other big moves, we have Manuel Sanders going to the 49ers.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think that it was a steal in a way. They didn't really give up anything for him. They gave up a third, a fourth, and a fifth. And I think that I think that
third, fourth, fifth, 3 picks.
Yeah, but I mean, for Emmanuel Sanders, a Pro Bowl receiver.
Yeah, but he's getting up there in age, right?
Yeah, but the guy produces. He's gonna be a big safety net for Garoppolo. I mean, I like Goodwin and those guys, and Kittle, but they needed this. They needed a veteran that can go out there and still make plays. He's not as much of a burner, but he can get deep. Runs the whole route tree like a monster, and I've always been a Manuel Sanders fan. I think that helps Garoppolo out a lot for sure.
Yeah, they already have a top 3 defense right now, and adding a weapon on offense, they're taking the playoffs. Well, they were taking this year's series, especially making some noise in the playoffs. So that was a good pickup for the 49ers. Then we have Cardinals signing veteran Alfred Morris. Obviously, Dave Johnson is hurt with an ankle injury. Not sure how long he's going to be out. But as you guys know, Cardinals is one of my favorite teams this year. So doing that move, I feel like they're taking it serious. They're not just a tanking team, or they're out there to win. The Cardinals.
I don't see it as that. I don't see that move as like saying that they're like not tanking,
because they have some young running backs that
I don't think that they
could have just signed. Having that veteran presence,
I don't think they would be in a tanking situation anyway, because it would look bad after drafting quarterback number 1 to tank. But I think that it adds little veteran status in the locker room with the young running backs, like you said. And I mean, this injury issue with David Johnson just hasn't went away. He was one of the best in the league, and now he just can't stay healthy, and it sucks to see. But this is kind of like a security blanket for them. Like, they know Alfred Morris averages around like 4 yards a carry type running back. He'll pound it in the middle, hand him the ball. He's a little safety net for them. So that adds a little something to the running back room. So I think that's a good pickup as well.
Yep. And then we have Diggs. Andre Diggs going to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
They're all about the defense, huh? Seahawks.
Yeah.
I feel like they're always grabbing. If they're getting old, they're always trying to stay young or keeping that defense relevant, and I like that. That was a shocking trade.
They like their Texas DBs. Earl Thomas, they drafted him out of there, and now Quandre Diggs was a standout DB at Texas as well. He's undersized, but he brings a lot of heart and intensity. He's a dog when it comes to being out there on the field. Like I said, the only knock on him really is his like overall size, but he's a playmaker. I think he'll do well there as well.
Darius Slade couldn't even believe it.
Yeah,
they were to Twitter.
Yeah, the team was like caught off guard by that, because that's their guy. That was their guy. So
it was big pickup for Seahawks, keeping that defense relevant. They needed some answers on that secondary too. But moving on to a few possible trades that I came across that I think would be big to those organizations.
Yeah.
And there's some talks about it. The first trade I have is O.J. Howard to Seattle. He is not being used in Tampa, and they can get a lot from, I think, right now, some picks or something. I think they're gonna start taking the other route. Maybe finding another quarterback. The Jameis project might be over. I think so. So getting picks, trying to rebuild at least that offense, trying to rebuild, I guess, and getting O.J. Howard would be a great start. You already have. I can see them even possibly moving Evans down the line, because I just don't see anything right now.
Yeah, we'll see.
Gave him a lot of money, no quarterback, unless they can figure some quarterback situation.
Sure.
But I like O.J. Howard to Seattle. Another weapon for Russell Wilson. Right now, he has Metcalf. He has Tyler Lockett. Adding O.J. Howard, scrambling out. He's gonna find
Russell Wilson loves his tight ends too. So
exactly. So I like that one. What do you think about Kenyon Drake to the Titans?
I don't see why. Doesn't make any sense to me. With Deion Lewis and Derrick Henry, I don't really see it. Besides like an Alabama backfield with Henry and Kenyon Drake, that doesn't make too much sense to me. They don't even hand the ball to Henry enough as it is, so I don't. Yeah, that one doesn't make sense to me. This next one though,
Tyler Everett to the New Orleans Saints.
Ooh, man,
that's deadly. That'd be
I mean,
deadly.
they have Jared Cook there right now. He's getting up there.
Double tight end. Come on
Yeah,
now.
he's getting up there in age. So, I like that one.
Move. Yeah. And then we have Vic Beasley to the Raiders. A lot of rumors with the Falcons are they're not done with Sanu. They're making a lot of moves, kind of in a rebuild.
Well, I mean,
Vic Beasley will help Oakland, some linebacker problems, defensive end. What do you think?
Well, with the Falcons being 1-5, right? I don't think they saw that coming. So now they realize that they really have a problem. And that's I can see them unloading more than this for sure. Beasley, Sanu, man, a few more of those defensive players could probably leave as well. But yeah, I didn't.
That's Vic Beasley's been like the biggest name right now.
They got some issues going on there, and that is a fact. I don't know if Matt Ryan. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, last one. Kind of same boat. Denver, looking for answers, they thought they just like the Falcons. They thought that they'll have a better record right now. And then the Philadelphia Eagles need secondary problem. Secondary. So what do you think about Chris Harris Jr. to the Eagles?
Personally, I hate it because that puts Chris Harris in our division. And Chris Harris is top corner in the league for the past lot of years. He gets it done. He'll take players out of the game, and he brings a dog mentality to that backfield that you need. So that scares me being a Cowboy fan, but I like it for like the look of the Eagles.
All right, moving on. We are going to last night NBA game opening season. NBA is here. First game, Raptors Pelicans. Man, that was a nice game. I'm not gonna lie. We all know Zion was out with an injury. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. Unfortunately, it's a tough loss for the Pelicans. That's not a good sign when you have somebody that had high school knee injuries.
Yeah.
Duke came last year, but before he's drafted, final season of Duke, he's injured.
Yeah.
Right? Training camp, the summer league, he's injured. Preseason, he's injured. He's out for the beginning of the season. Now, I'm no doctor. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But hey, there's a pattern. And I feel like they keep saying, that was the one thing I saw was that, he had this injury. He's out 6 to 8 weeks, but they're like, the first thing they said is it's not due to his size or frame.
They trying.
Come on, guys. We all know.
Trying to save face when everybody knows what the issue really is.
Don't do that. He's going to have to lose weight. I see this being a problem for the next couple years, and then he's going to lose weight. I'm just saying, do it now. Don't let that
define your career.
Render your career. Yeah, just do it now, man. You see, it's literally knee problems since high school. So just lose the weight, man. I think he's still going to be an athlete.
I would like to see him dominate the size that he is, things like that. But it's just not realistic. Like, the longevity of the career,
it's different if he was a couple inches taller.
His frame doesn't
spread that mass out and stuff. His
frame doesn't see. I don't see. That's like he may be like an inch taller than like Kobe. When you put it in perspective, if he's even taller than Kobe. So imagine Kobe at like 280 pounds.
Yeah, I bet you they're same.
And you see Kobe's injuries caught up to him at the end of his career, and he was the size that he was.
Well, that's more.
I know. I'm just saying he was the size that he was. So think about how quick that comes if you're 280 pounds. Achilles, knees, things like that. So we're hoping that he gets healthy soon and stays healthy. But yeah, on like the game itself. I had said that
They played good without him.
I had said that it was going to be. I had said the Raptors were going to play good basketball. I just think they're very well coached, and obviously they have an experienced team. Pascal Siakam is turning out to be that guy. He can really play like with NBA talent and him being that guy on the team. I like to see him go off last night. An overtime thriller. It was the same guys stepping up when then you needed him to step up. Van Vliet, Kyle Lowry made some plays. Gasol was impactful, especially throughout like the beginning. But yeah, it was a fun night of basketball, opening night of basketball to watch.
Yeah, I saw the same thing that I saw in the championship for last season with the Raptors. Like you said, everyone that had a big role played good in the championship, stepped it up this year, but stepped it up even more. Yeah. And Siakam, 34, 18, and 5. That dude, and he fouled out, so his stats could have contributed a little more, but I think he's really taken that role of being the number one guy. In my eyes, I don't think he should have the ball at the end of the game. I think it's Fred VanVleet.
Yes.
I think it's Fred VanVleet. That dude is unreal.
Cold-blooded, bro.
They have a small backcourt with him and Kyle Lowry, but I think the Raptors are going to shock a lot of people.
If they play like that through the whole year, they're going to be a problem for those top two teams like the Sixers and the Bucks. They'll give them a run for their money, and you don't want to see a team like that in the playoffs. So.
Right. And then on the Pelican side, balanced scoring. Brandon Ingram led with 22. He's going to be their leading scorer. He has to get 18 plus this year for them to try to fight for a playoff spot. But moving on to that second game, Lakers-Clippers, big game. LA rivals, possible Western Conference matchup. You never know. The battle of stars, AD, LeBron, Kawhi, Paul George, however way you want to look at it, it was a big game. Kind of like bragging rights. They were Clippers. Obviously, that's still LA, but there was still a lot of Lakers fans. It was half or 2/3 of Lakers fans.
Yeah, they were at one point. It was the Lakers chants just filling up the building, and it was a Clipper home game.
LeBron MVP and Kawhi, which is crazy. But Clippers took that one 112-102. It was a pretty close game, some battles, and there were also big leads throughout the games. I think both teams kind of finding their identity. There's a couple players for each team that was out. But what did you think of? I thought overall both teams, there's promise for both teams. Need to figure a couple things out on both sides, but
that's the biggest thing.
I like the game. I saw LeBron obviously is gonna give it every night. I thought Davis could have done a few things different, kind of looking for his players more when he was going 1-on-1. And not that I think the offense should be ran with him. I would give it to him every time in the post, but every time he took it. So I want to see, people moving when he has that ball, that low post, and he's turning. You know what I'm saying? And looking, I wish that some people are moving or he's looking better, more because he got to the line and he was struggling at first, and those are big buckets. And once our role players stop moving, you got to have Troy Daniels, Dudley, Danny Green, Bradley all moving, and they can hit that 3-point. So, but overall, I like, obviously Clippers play great D. Kawhi is Kawhi. Lou Williams, man, I'm telling you, that's their key guy. If he's consistent, there's problems. But what did you think about the game?
I have a few takeaways from the game. I'll start with LeBron, just sometimes LeBron has these games where it feels like he's like trying to like make things like trying to like manufacture like situations in the game, and sometimes it like goes not the way that it should. Like 5 turnovers for LeBron is I don't like the way that he was forcing some of those passes. Like he was just like trying to force feed into Anthony Davis the ball, and like I was like it's there, but like come on, like we need something more than you just like trying to get him the ball or driving into 3 guys. They did a very good job of the Clippers did a very good job of like closing in on LeBron when he got into the paint. And some of the passes, it just didn't look like he was on his game. But also, like you said, Anthony Davis, he was on pace for like 20 points at the line at halftime. If like he stayed as aggressive, but he just like fell off his aggressiveness. Like he took a back seat in the second half. Like he just wasn't aggressive.
Half, his aggression definitely fell off because I think he looked a little tired. Yeah. He was getting hacked. He really was. So he took a little off. So yeah, if you would have made some free throws,
that was a big thing for me.
They stayed aggressive.
Yeah, that was a big thing for me. And some of the role players not capitalizing on their opportunities to hit big shots. There's going to be a lot of opportunities.
Quinn Cook.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for big shots to be made. And while this Lakers team is playing, because of the drive and kick situations and the defense being sucked into Anthony Davis and LeBron in the paint, those guys have to knock down shots. If they don't knock down shots, Lakers don't win basketball games. It's that simple, and at the end of the day, you're going to have to get shot makers in that building because that's how LeBron wins. That's how that offense is going to be set up inside out. So,
I think they, in my eyes,
also LeBron and AD had 2 points.
Quinn Cook was
tough to watch, but
in my eyes, Quinn Cook really
those were big shots.
He didn't play well, and KCP did not play well. Everyone else in my role played, but KCP played well defense.
That was just one of the players I was not 100% happy about us hanging on to. I just sometimes feel like he's a liability out there. I don't really know who you would get to play the role that he plays, and that could play it at a higher level for, who you could if you were to take him out and put somebody else in. I don't really know who it would be, but I wasn't that happy about the fact that we held on to KCP.
Well, he's definitely a defender. Yeah. And when he's on, he can shoot. Just has to find that rhythm.
Yeah, the consistency, I guess, is just not there right now. I mean, hopefully he gets it though. Yeah. But having Kuzma back will help out, I think, a lot, and Rondo too when it comes to defending, just the overall defense of the team. Rondo will help out with that for sure.
What? Oh, you said Rondo defense. Rondo isn't the same.
No, he's not the same defender, but he still makes some plays. He's still savvy. He's
not going to be part of our defensive
he's savvy
team.
When it comes to certain things. So he's gonna force some things. You know what I mean?
Somewhat. All right. So moving on to last night's baseball game, first game of the World Series, we had the Astros and the Nats. Nats 5-4 victory. It was a good game all the way through. Juan Soto obviously hit a 2-run double and then a big solo home run. That dude, is
Yeah.
do you see his Soto shuffle?
Yeah, he's beast. He's a
that shit is so dope and intimidating.
he's a character, and
Like,
he brings it. He brings it. I like him a lot. This was a game where the two best pitchers in baseball. They said it's the best ever matchup between pitchers in maybe the history of the league. The two best pitchers matching up, and Scherzer got into like a high pitch count pretty early. He went through 5. He was at 96 pitches at the end of the 4th. So
he was throwing very hard in the beginning
that dude
because
is
he
a
knew that
psychopath.
he couldn't let them get the crowd into it. So he was pitching very hard trying to get them.
Yeah, he's a psychopath. I was watching him throw the ball, and he every time he lets a pitch go, it's like a grunt, every time, he's growling at him. I'm like, yo, this dude is like no wonder batters are afraid to hit this man. He looks, but it was a good matchup. Garrett Cole was I don't know if I would say underwhelming or he underperformed, but nobody was expecting them to hit him like they did. So it's going to be interesting the rest of the series to see what happens. Even with
we both took Astros that first game, but Nats, I think we're gonna might have a possible 7 game or. Hey, I know it's the first game, but taking that first game is big. So, sure. But good game. Not taking anything away from the Nats, but a bunch of people thought Houston was going to take that game.
Sure, absolutely.
Moving on. So over past couple of days, Michael Jordan was in the news. He's always in the news
for something. Yeah,
for something. For something, because you don't really hear about him, but then when you do, it's usually what he said or something. Yeah, but so someone asked him his top 5, which I love, and when he explained why of just getting it he's gonna this team is gonna get it every play, grind with you to
I would not expect anything else from Jordan. But this
Magic
team,
Johnson, Scottie Pippen, Hakeem Olajuwon, himself, and James Worthy. That's defense, and just when he said the mindset, and they're gonna go at it every play.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite top 5s. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I've never.
I wouldn't when I heard that I was like, yeah, that's that. I would not expect anything else coming from Jordan. You know. He's not going to give any players of this era or this generation any type of. I
don't. That's not. I don't mind it at all.
I don't mind it. But
the question was asked because he made that. Yeah. He made his starting 5 6 years ago, and it was like, would you change it because they were trying to add Curry, but I don't mind it at all. There's a few people.
I don't get how Curry is the one that they wanted to add, but out of all the players, but
because Curry's been the most face and defined the NBA of the last 6-8 years. That's why he's changed the game.
Yeah, but literally. I wouldn't. Yeah, but I don't know.
Literally, that's. Yeah. But I don't there's a few people that are better, I guess, at small forward. There's a few, when you say top 5, small forwards is LeBron, Bird, Pippen, Worthy.
I was kind of surprised
I don't mind that
it was Worthy and maybe not Bird, but I kind of saw Bird in there a little bit just because
James Worthy. Underrated.
No, he definitely is underrated. I just saw maybe Michael picking Bird just because of the battles in the era, you know what I mean? but like
they didn't really have. It was more of. Magic
I meant like the
wasn't...
Magic battles of like that era. Like you had Magic and you had Bird. Like that would be a cool dynamic. But Worthy's not somebody like you could argue with being on
the average basketball player wouldn't.
I mean,
understand why he chose him.
But
that's one of the best
on the topic of
all
Steph,
time and scorer.
The big headline was Mike saying Steph wasn't a Hall of Famer yet, and with the context that is given, he's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? Steph isn't a Hall of Famer yet. But interesting like fact about that though, like I saw Magic Johnson tweet, and he was like, "Everybody relax." Like Jordan had to say that about Steph, like because of the tampering rules. Since Jordan is an owner in the
I still don't
in the
buy
league,
that.
I know, but I mean, it's like an interesting take though. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't really think about that, like to be like, oh yeah, he's whatever, blah blah blah.
No,
but
it's still the conversation you're having.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't disagree with the way that he said it. But also, I sometimes feel like Michael Jordan is sometimes like one of the biggest like old heads. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to like back in my day, we were so much better type of thing. Like that's kind of like how Jordan like comes off. Like, oh, what is it? What's the saying? Like I walked to school uphill both ways in the snow type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like my era was those guys. So I don't. He kind of is that guy that.
The only reason why I accept it from him is because I see it for a lot. Like he could do it just because he was great.
He was that guy. Yeah.
So So if you were that guy, pretty much have the ability
to say whatever the fuck you want to say without
like your day was, you know what I'm saying? Because we're never gonna be able to compare people. Like you just can't. Like we can say it, we can compare, like talking, but like when it comes down to
you're never gonna see all those players in their prime on the floor at the same time.
It's just different era, right? Different, yeah. Sure. So it's just
you take Jordan. You take Jordan for.
I don't really say when I take his comments, I'm just like It's Michael Jordan. It's just like if Kobe would say it or LeBron would say it, like when he retires.
Yeah, or like Jerry Rice or like those type of guys when they talk. Like Brady's gonna be the same way. Like you can't Peyton, you can't say anything when they really say something because they did it at the highest level.
They did it at the highest. Yeah.
Kobe is, for instance, as well. Like you're not gonna be able to tell Kobe, oh, you're gonna go to war with basketball like topics with Kobe Bryant. The man who's probably one of the most cerebral players of all time. Like, you're not going to do that. Like, yeah, you're probably right, actually.
So I didn't take too much of the comment. Curry's obviously a Hall of Famer. If, God forbid, like, he retired or something happened to him, he's the first ballot Hall of Famer, without a question.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I agree with that, but like you said, you can't. Like, all right, Mike, you're right.
Right. That's the point. Yeah. Okay, Mike. Like it's same with Magic Johnson. You see it. Everyone just gives him the pass. It's just like, oh, it's Magic.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen that? But it's Magic. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give Magic a pass on this one.
It might sound crazy coming from everybody else, but then it's like, all right, you know.
Right. Well, thank you guys for joining us on episode 3 of Talking Crazy Podcast. Make sure you guys show us love, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and head over to Patreon to become a member. Great benefits, bonus videos. Remember, I'm Trey Bucci. You can find me on Bucci Obama on Instagram.
I'm Tevin Connors. You can find me at Tevin Connors on Instagram. And make sure y'all hold this man over here accountable for these 30 push-ups he's supposed to give us here. That's why he's in a rush. He got to get to the gym. So I'm headed
to the gym. I gotta go work, and then I'm headed to the gym. I'm gonna live feed that 30 push-ups for you guys.
For sure. But all right, it's been real.
All right, go and get it.